Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're gonna be interviewing one of our clients who was able to make $50,000 in just 18 days working with us, and he was able to close $150,000 in just 2 months. So check it out, enjoy it, learn from it, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye. All right, hey everybody, I'm here with Juan Hernandez. He's been working with us for a little over 2 months. So I thought it would be great to kind of have him on. He can share his experience so far and can hopefully teach us about how to do better in terms of sales and in growing your landscaping or hardscaping business. So welcome, Juan. How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. So the first place I thought would be good to start was essentially like your background. When did you start this business? Why did you start a concrete business? And maybe you can share some insight.
Well, it's been like 3 years now. 3 years, and it was good stuff, man. I was doing door-to-door sales, but I got tired of it, and
Yeah.
it
You
gets
mentioned
hard.
that.
It gets hard, and it's sometimes putting people on the spot, like just knocking, like, hey, I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to kill it out there too. I used to be like,
Yeah.
hey, show up and compliment their house and be like, hey, but your driveway, you know.
Mm.
But
Nice.
eventually that gets tiring, especially because you have to be at the job site and then hopefully get more work while the guys are working and stuff
Mhm.
like that, So, but
Yeah.
that's been about 3 years now, and honestly, the past 2 months have been great.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Actually, I know there's people that are trying to get started and they do door-to-door sales. So do you have any tips for them? Maybe if they're watching this, like if they're getting started and
Door
they
to door
want to do,
sales,
yeah.
yeah. Stop trying to sell your product while you're out there. Honestly, if you're doing door to door sales, people like getting compliments about their dogs, about their, you know, about their
Mhm.
hair, what they're
I just
wearing.
focus on rapport
Eventually,
essentially, right?
yeah, and eventually, I mean, you guys just literally just have a conversation about anything but what you're trying to sell, and
Mm.
then out of nowhere, I mean, before you know it, they're signing a contract, or they're like, yeah, let's go, let's do it, whatever. They don't even know what you're
Yeah.
selling, but they're sitting there like, all right, cool, whatever, here's signed, let's go.
Mm.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
mostly about having a good conversation with your customers. At the end of the day, people go based off of what they see, your presentation. If they see you nervous and you don't know what you're talking about, then they're like,
Yeah.
But if you show up, firm and confident in what you're talking about, like concrete, for example, you show up and you're like, hey, I'll give you 4,000 psi concrete, metal mesh or rebar or fiber, anything that even if you don't know it, at least big words that will surprise them, and you're sitting there confident. Then
Mhm.
they'll definitely go with you. Trust me.
Yeah.
And but if you sit there and stutter about anything, right away they're like, maybe some other time, thank you.
Yeah. So
So
essentially confidence and build rapport, then just
confidence,
like be friendly essentially. Okay.
confidence,
Okay.
confidence, man. That confidence gets you a long way. Trust me.
Yeah, and I guess before you were working with us, you were focused on just door to door, right? That's how you were getting your contracts and your jobs and everything, right?
Yep.
So, were you doing anything else before you started working with us, or that was like it? That was the only thing you
I was
did?
doing door to door, and I tried like Craigslist.
Mm.
I tried doing my own Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Facebook Market. I tried doing a lot because I did end up getting tired of just doing door to door. So I tried doing here and there. I created a website, which was
Yeah.
pointless, honestly. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, door to door,
Yeah.
people referring me, obviously. But
For
yeah,
sure.
I mean, what was working for me, even after I did like Craigslist and my own ads, was door to door, essentially. But
Yeah.
even that, I mean, it wears you out. And
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure. I can imagine.
mhm.
And did I get you to a good point in terms of sales, like just doing door to door, or were you not happy like with the revenue you were making and everything? Like,
No,
was it like a solid source?
dude, what you did?
No, what you were doing before you were working with me door to door was like a solid source of getting contract, or it was like a little kind of good, but like was
You
it
know,
worth
it,
doing?
it was definitely worth doing it.
Yeah,
It was worth the this. You do get tired and you do get worn out, but it was worth it. I was
like it's a
making.
good way
I
to
mean,
start essentially, right? Just to
oh yeah,
start getting
oh
that
yeah,
experience and
for
cool.
sure, for sure.
That's good.
Door to door,
That's
and then
good.
obviously referrals and all that stuff is, it's good.
Yeah,
But there's limits to it. You could only be, you
you can
know,
only grow so much with it essentially,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. What was has your experience went so far with us? Like, what was the main difference you saw between what you were doing before and now working with us? Right? Like, what's the biggest difference, let's say, that you experienced?
Well, you could tell that I'm at home.
Yeah,
That's a huge
that's true.
difference, you know.
That's a good point.
Um, I went from doing maybe 8, 9 thousand, you know, a month of
Yeah,
sales to making, 100,000, like in estimates. I mean, I know you've seen, and that's just an estimates.
yeah,
I was like 200K out there, and client sign. I think it's like 150,000 in just two
yeah.
months. So that, I mean, that's a huge difference, you know. I mean, all I gotta do is show up and give estimates now. I don't have to knock, and So I feel like 70% of the jobs are already sold. All I gotta do is show up and
Hmm.
cover them a little bit more, and boom,
Yeah,
that's it. Because
for
then,
sure.
I mean, what you did for me was obviously great.
I remember when we were just talking, like at the beginning of it, you were telling me, "Yeah, man, I'm doing door-to-door sales. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it anymore." I said, "Okay, let's get you set
Hmm.
up," and you absolutely destroyed. Like it was amazing. Every lead or almost every that was coming your way, you were closing. Right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was. It was. I was like blown away. I was like, "Dang it! Like that's awesome." So I think the fact that you did door-to-door sales helped you get to this point essentially, right? Because if you didn't have the experience of selling door to door, which is like extremely difficult, you wouldn't have the ability to sell or
hmm,
close so well as you're doing right now, right?
exactly,
So it's yeah,
exactly,
so
man.
you have
Now,
you have to go through the hard phase of things in order to get to the easy part, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta. It's a trial and error for sure. You gotta try everything. I mean, so far, when I started working with you, that's to me, it's a game changer for sure.
Awesome.
So
I
I
love to hear that,
appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah. And do you have like any advice for people that are just trying to grow? You know, like do you have any advice maybe to sell better in general or to grow their business or manage things better? You've grown so much so fast essentially. Let's put it in this perspective. If you could talk to yourself in the past, right? Like is there anything you would change about how you did things? It's a hard question.
For sure. I mean, I would definitely. I mean, if I would have met you when I started, it would have been a whole game changer. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, to do sales, like I said, it's all about being confident. You got to show up and you got to be firm about what you're talking about. You got to be friendly. Obviously, people. I mean, no matter where I go, people love me, so that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the experience that I got though from what I did, the way I did it, I wouldn't do anything different. I'm glad that I ran into you, and I would have went
Yeah.
through it the same way again to get that experience, just so I know that I did things a little bit wrong, I guess. you know, I mean, no,
Yeah.
it's not wrong, but it was a little bit wrong for sure. But I
Yeah.
don't think I would do much different. I mean, if I could have met you a little sooner, it would have been better. But it all happened at its time. So
Yeah.
for sure, I mean, as of right now, I'm happy. You're killing it for me. I mean, I'm killing it for myself too, and it's a team effort. So thank you,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
For sure, man. Essentially, from here, where you're trying to go with the company, do you have like any ideas of what the next steps are for you in terms of growth and
Uh,
things like that? Or
oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna keep growing. The goal is to have 6, 7 crews going, and you
Mhm.
know, they're all running
Yeah.
themselves. I mean, I'm on crew number 3 now, um,
Okay.
and so I'm
Nice.
bounced. I mean, it gets a little harder because you're bouncing around a little more. Training people here and there. So
Yeah.
I mean, it cuts into my time a little bit, but that's
Of
okay
course.
because eventually it's gonna just self run again. My first
Hmm.
crew is running on its own. I just tell them where to
Yeah.
go, what's going on, and that's it. Second crew, same. Now my third crew, I'm like, hey, I gotta show up. I gotta be there a little bit more, but that's fine because I know it's gonna run on its own too.
Yeah.
Eventually have 7, 8 crews, and
Yeah.
it's all
It's a
honestly,
whole
it's all
whole new
profit from
game.
there.
Yeah.
So,
Love it, man. Wow.
so you
That's
you
good.
did that.
Yeah.
I mean, before you, I only had one crew, and I was part of the crew. You know,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
now I'm not part of the crew. Now I'm just kind of out there giving bids, and like you showing up to customers that are just ready to sign, essentially.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you have. I don't know how you do it, but I think I did some calculations right after your first month actually, and I
Hmm.
realized that if out of everyone you actually gave a quote to, right, that we marked as okay, quote was given to this person, you close
Yeah,
60% of those people, which is insane,
yeah,
right? I think you gotta
uh-huh.
start charging a little bit higher now.
Yeah.
So
I slowed down a little, and the only reason was because of that new crew I started. Um,
oh yeah,
but that's it.
true.
That's literally. I mean, and it's my fault. but I mean,
No,
I want to keep going.
it's still good. Yeah.
But yeah, the first month I did close a lot, and it was pretty much easy. And the reason I closed was because people were home. Some people were just like, "Hey, just measure there." Okay, cool. And I'd write them. They would never get to meet me, so they never decided. But once they got to meet me, they opened the door. We talked.
Whole new thing.
It was closed. It was done. I already knew. I knew as soon as they opened it, they met me. I was like, I got this. You know?
Yeah. That's
it's
good.
all about having a positive mind and just being. I mean, when you're doing sales, like I said, it's all about being positive and showing up with that confidence. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That confidence it attracts people, and it's good.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
One more question, but I think based on what you said so far, it may be an obvious answer, but would you recommend us to other people?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Awesome.
1,000%, man. I actually gave your number to a couple people. I don't know if they called you yet, but they said they haven't. They will when they see how much I'm bringing in.
Nice. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I guess, do you have any last words? Anything you want to say before we hop off? Because I mean, I think you've given a lot of good information so far about the importance of, confidence and building rapport and being positive all the time, right? Because I see there's a lot of people that are just pretty negative, right? They just wanna get their money, but they're also like, yeah, I don't know, like it's just negative. So I think that's a big, I guess, mindset change people need to have, that if you're just positive and you're confident, you know what you're doing, then things are gonna work out.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I guess the last thing is if they don't believe in you, because I honestly at first was like, should I try it? Should I not? It's an investment. I don't know if I should or shouldn't.
Yeah.
But then I did it, and literally 2 days, 3 days, they were flying in. So, I mean, you just gotta have a little faith, and you gotta believe in the way you do things, the marketing, all that stuff. So, I mean, before like I said, I was trying it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for me. Obviously, someone that knows what they're doing. I mean, we all have our specialties. I could go out and sell. I could sell anything pretty much, but marketing just wasn't my strong point. I couldn't get out there and in the world, people to know that what we're doing. So I guess the only thing is just have a little confidence in what you do. It takes money to make money, and I mean, obviously, what you do for me is an investment, and it's it's a good investment, and 100%. Probably the best investment I've made into the company was investing into what you're doing for me. So
wow, that's a big compliment. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. And I mean it. So
thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for your time. Right.
Hey,
I hope that people that are watching this later on will get the value that you're sharing with them right now. And yeah, I look forward to working with you for a very long time.
Oh yeah, dude. I know you said 3 months, but I'm going to keep going. So no, don't count me out.
I won't.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the time.
No problem, man. Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're at all curious about how Juan was able to generate $150,000 in just 2 months working with us, I have a link in the description down below that's going to show you the whole process from A to Z, so you can go ahead and copy it for your own business. So go ahead and click the link below and see how Juan was able to make $150,000 in just 2 months. See you there.